In this video, we want to take a look at and introduce, I should say, the TAOST points of interest and the TAOST zones that we use every day in our day trading. So this is our normal kind of how we open the day, right? We open the day looking at the 60-minute just to get some clarity or some suggestion of what the overall tenor of the market action is from the overnight period and so on and so forth. And we also put our zones on here at that time, right, to get it going and to make sure everything is in alignment, all of the zones are in the right place, all the points of interest are in the right place, and that kind of thing. As you can see, it's 8:32 in the morning, and it's 8:32 in the morning, and the zones are already in place, right? The cash session has not opened yet. The zones are already in place, and we're ready to proceed. As you can see, we're testing the balance zone right here after having gone up and essentially tested the high zone. And that is in essence how we use the zones all day long, right? We use them. We watch how price interacts with the points of interest and the zones at the same time. We use the zones as reference points against which to place our backs as we take our trades, to kind of give us some semblance of assurance that at least there's a better chance than not that our trade ideas will work out, as long as we are taking our trades within context, right? And then context means we're taking them with the bias, and we're using the zones as reference points to tell us, hey, you know, this is probably not a good place to get short, right? We're coming right back and testing the balance zone. Or this is probably not a good place to get long, right? We're going right into the high zone. And experience and time have shown that these zones act as certainly act as good support and resistance levels, at least temporarily, if not creating the dead high and the dead low more often than not, right? Okay, and just a little follow-up here, guys, to the introduction of the power zones. This is at after the close on the 9th, same day. And as you can see, these are the zones that were here this morning. The only thing that's missing is the name of the zones in each one. And you see, we bounced from here, which is the balance zone. Bounced, took off here, made it through the high power zone, right? But the brakes were put on us here at this point of interest, right? Came back, we tread water a bit here, just above the point of interest. The high zone. Then we crashed down through it, right? It was decisive. We came down. We almost got to the balance zone, but not quite. We decided to tread water here, went back, touched the high zone here a couple of times, then came down, tried to make it through several times the balance zone. Down we went finally, and then we rallied back to it, and for all intents and purposes we closed within the confines of the balance zone, just a little bit above, but not too far. We've actually reopened for tomorrow's trade date, the trade date of the 10th. That's why you see a little movement here. But that is it. So hopefully you can see how, if you use them properly and use them correctly, I guess I could switch this back to the 60-minute, because that's the way you saw it this morning. Let's just change that over real quick. and here you are, right? So you can see it didn't give us the dead stop, although it was very, very telling. And you saw on the lower time frame that it gave us pause at in several instances, right? As price tried to decide whether or not it was going to make it through the zones themselves, and ultimately the brakes were put on in very, very close proximity to the balance zone at the end of the day. Okay, so that's going to do it. Any questions, as always, ask the trader at theartofsimpletrading.com. And that's it. We'll see you next time. Take care.